I feel like you should start off with the podcast like the title. Not title, like the intro. Because you're good at doing intros.
No, we're not gonna do an intro. We're just gonna start talking. But
I mean, there's an introduction like, yo, what's up, guys?
you think so?
Yeah.
I
mean,
feel
that's
like
where
it'd be more
podcasts go.
natural if it. I mean, it's more like not a podcast. It's just us talking to each other.
What's up, guys? It's me, Alex. We're going to be talking about our deepest fears. I'm afraid of women.
Women scared me, bro.
Actually, screw it. That's probably the intro right now. Coming to think of it.
It is. It's women something you're. Okay, real talk.
Okay.
Like if a girl would come up to you in school, and you have like an indication that she's trying to hit on you, like, would you like be scared, or what would your initial reaction be?
I would like if there's like signs that say like if like somehow like for whatever reason like if there's signs saying like oh like oh bumping the shoulders, oh I think this person might like me, I'll definitely be nervous 100%. Like my voice would be shaky, my hands would be like in awkward positions, like in by my hands or like maybe like in my pockets, like definitely stuff like that. I don't know why. I'm just nervous. I think just in general, if anybody just walks up to me and just talks to me, I'll just be nervous because I'll be like, oh shoot, this person's actually talking to me. Like I'm actually
Like,
take that serious. I don't know why.
someone comes up to you with a knife. Give me your money. You start blushing like, oh my god, you're talking to me.
But no, I just don't like it when people come up and like talk to me. Like I would just be like minding my own business and like in the cafeteria, just on my phone, or whatever. And then when I see like someone like I notice someone's like looking at me and walking towards me, my heart actually like beats like pretty quickly. I'm like, oh, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. And then when they talk to me, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Like I purposely ignore them until they come up and actually talk to me and say something. Cause I don't want to like look up and like look at the person and just have like an awkward like staring, And I hate that. Do you have anything like that? Like you experience like you just don't want to talk to anyone?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Alex. I just don't like people in general. I don't like people talking to me. Unless like I like the person, right? But there's like it's rare that I really like somebody. So for me, I guess it'd be the opposite. It's more like, why are you talking to me, bro? I'm just vibing. Leave me alone.
You just want to be independent.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I know like humans are like we're like social creatures, right? We need to interact with people so we don't go insane and shit. But during high school, like my first 2 years of high school, I literally didn't have any friends to talk to. I was always by myself. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, that's kind of sad. But for me, I'm like, I actually really enjoyed it. You know? I don't really need to talk to anybody. So for me, now as an adult, it's more like, why are you talking to me, bro?
Oh.
Do your thing. Don't bother me. That's the type of person I am. But I feel like I have like really good social skills. Like if I meet somebody and I like them, I can become friends with them if I want to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see what you're going for.
Moral of the story is don't talk to me, bro. Leave me alone.
Just leave me alone, all right? I'm just going through a phase.
Yeah, I'm a moody teenager.
But like I'm not really well. Like I don't do well when it comes to like actually starting a conversation. Like I can't go up to a group of people like, "Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Alex. Nice to meet you." Like no, I
Hey,
can't
nerd.
do that. Like at all. Like even like school projects at school. Like I can't just introduce myself. Like people make it sound like it's easy talking to people. Like oh, just go up and just say hi. Just be friendly. Like how? Like what the heck? How do people do that? I prefer people coming up to me instead. Like I know it just sounds like it sounds, I don't think selfish would be the right word. Like, oh yeah, I want all the people to talk to me, like I'm the center of the world. Like, no, not that. It's just that maybe because I'm just socially awkward, like trying to talk to people because I would just make things weird and awkward.
Yeah,
So I just like it when
it.
people come up to me instead.
That's understandable. I mean, people are assholes sometimes, so you can't really go up to anybody and be like, "Hey, you want to be friends?" You know?
Yeah, I
Like,
can't do that.
here's an example of something fucked up that I did as a kid, right? There was this kid. We used to live in the cul-de-sac, me and Izzy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this kid that came up to us while we were all hanging out, and he's like, "Hey," he was always coming like, "Hey, you guys want to come over and play at my house?" And we always tell him no, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then his mom's like, you know what? If you really want them to come over, just tell them that you want them to come over because you think they're cool and stuff, and they'll respect your bravery and actually come over because they're like, you took had the courage to come and tell them that you're gonna come over, and they'll do it, right? So, so the kid comes over and he's like, hey, my mom said if I came over here and told you guys I really wanted to come over, you guys see how much I wanted you guys to come over, and you actually come over, and you guys respect that I had the courage to come and say that to you guys. And we told him, shut up, kid, your mom's a whore.
Oh my god, dude!
It's fucked up.
It is, but it's
But
funny at the same time.
that goes to show you, people are assholes.
That is true, but holy crap, dude! You just straight up front. I can never do that kind of thing. Like confront, like tell them the truth. You know?
Yeah.
Like people would just like try to avoid it, like, oh yeah, sure, haha, okay, that's cool. But you just like straight up be like, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. You're so annoying. Like I gotta give you props for that though. I gotta give you props for that.
Well, thank you. I'll take a bow. I'll take a bow.
You have a lot of confidence. Like you can say whatever you want and you won't care. Like for me, I be careful what I say. Like all the time. Like I try to think what I'm trying to say. Like I'll be like, okay, say this. And then I hope for the best it will go out well. But sometimes it doesn't. And it becomes just super awkward. For you, you don't care what happens. And that's
I mean, I
that's
do care
awesome.
what happens. I just don't care what people think. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Like they will be like, oh, you're an asshole. You'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Get away from me.
I don't give a fuck.
Like for me, I have a very, respectable reputation to uphold, all right? I'm a very serious businessman.
You're a very famous YouTuber.
Very famous. Don't talk to me, all right?
Yeah, don't talk to me unless you have 100 mil. Sorry.
10 followers on TikTok, bet.
You know that guy, Jake Paul? I know that guy.
He blocked me on Twitter one day.
Yeah, but I feel like I can say whatever I want because I've learned to not let fear control me. I guess that's one of the biggest things for where people don't have self-confidence is because they let fear control them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, of course,
Fear
there's
easily
things
controls me.
there's a thing. Yeah, of course, there's fear. There's things I fear, right? But there's never gonna be I'm never gonna let that be what controls me. I guess. Like one of the I wouldn't say I fear much in my adult life, right? As a kid, of course, I feared shit. I'm a stupid kid. Like, when I was a kid, one of the biggest fear I had was like dying.
Oh, definitely. Same. I hate that feeling.
Like, do you ever like in the middle of the night while you're trying to go to sleep, you're like, one day I'm gonna die and I won't have consciousness anymore, and then your body like
Dude.
shakes, and you're like, oh,
That
and
actually
you're
happens
just
to
like,
me.
and
I
then
even
you're
like
just like
confront it.
panicking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm still scared of dying, right? I feel like that's a normal thing for people to just be afraid of death, right? Like it's nothing to be ashamed of because if someone says they're not afraid of dying, they are afraid of dying, but they've come to terms with it.
Yeah, like they agree with it. Like they don't want to fight it off. Like I understand. Like it all comes to go, which I
Yeah.
can totally see that. But because I definitely when I was a kid, I don't remember how old, maybe like 8. I was actually crying because that's when I first like understand death, like
Like,
how it actually
you,
works.
you,
And
you realize that
it
you're
scared
mortal.
me. Yeah, because I thought like when I was a kid, I was like, oh yeah, people don't die. You just look really old and that's it. But no, I didn't understand that, and that freaked me out. I was like, hyperventilating, like I'm gonna die one day. What? But then my mom was like trying to
Yes, I
calm me
hate that
down.
feeling.
And be like, it's okay, everyone dies and stuff. Like she tried to calm me down, like don't worry, but time is slow. You just enjoy your life how it is right now, and it kind of like it calmed me down a bit. Like just enjoy like what it is now and don't worry about the future. Because one day you will accept death.
Or you won't. And
Oh
shit.
yeah, that's
Like,
true.
I
Never
told
take me
my
alive.
fiance that when I die, don't ever say, "Oh, he's in a better place," right? And then I'm like, she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I want you to know that those final seconds of life that I have, I'm not gonna be thinking about, oh, I lived a great life. I'm gonna be panicking because I'm like, I'm about to fucking die. Like this is it. This is the end. those will be my last moment, like my last thoughts on this planet. It'll be me crying that this is it. I'm dead. No more consciousness.
Damn, that's
Like
so fucked.
it's fucked up, but like I told her like those are gonna be my last thoughts on this planet, and I don't want anybody to ever say, "Oh, he's in a better place." Because no, I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in an afterlife.
Hmm.
Because I believe in that once you're dead, you're dead. That's it. So as I go off, start to die off, those will be my final thoughts. Me panicking, being scared to go into the abyss. And it's just a fucking scary feeling I have, you know?
Damn, when you put it that way now, I'm fucking terrified. I'm gonna be up all night now.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. Like, those are like my deep, like, my honest and raw thoughts. Like, those are going to
Yeah.
be my last
Yeah, I
shit that
totally
I'm going to
I
go
can
through.
definitely see that, and that sounds absolutely like terrifying. Like knowing that one day like you're in your deathbed and then you're like minutes away from death, knowing that there could literally be nothing, just a blank, and you don't know how it's gonna be. Like, will you still be there, or are you gonna like bro, what? Now I can't even think anymore. Like, what the fuck? You fucked me
Well,
up
it's
now.
not. It's not that you're not going to be able to think. You just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, like you just don't
Like,
exist. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like I know I won't feel anything. I know I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm dead. No, I'm. It's there's just nothing. That's it. Game over. This is your one shot. You either use it up well or you roast it, and that's just fucking scary to think about. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I do like your mindset of saying that there might be nothing, because that way you want to make it like your life the best. Like you want to go all out doing whatever you can before that's it, like game over. So you want to do whatever you can so you don't feel like your time was wasted. Which that's
Yeah,
actually a good like
it's a good mindset to have.
yeah,
That's
it's a
why
good
I don't
mindset.
feel like. That's why I speak my mind and say what I want to say. You know?
Yeah, I totally get it. Like the whole YOLO thing. Because
It's
back
not
then,
YOLO. It's more
well, yeah.
like um, don't let anybody control your life. Live it how you want to live it. You know?
Yeah, I totally get you, dude. As for me, I
And
prefer like
just fucking thinking about that again. That moment of like, that's it. It's
I'm
just fucking
literally
still
shaking right
terrifying.
now. I'm 14 and this is deep.
Shut up, bro. Don't make fun of me.
No, I totally get though. As for
I
me, I
can't.
just
Like go ahead.
for me like for death, I prefer like actually thinking there's actually an afterlife to like to give hope that there's more rather than like there's nothing. Because if I think of that, I'll probably just be absolutely like terrified of the
Oh
like just
yeah, of
literally
course.
nothing. Because I'll be like thinking about that like, oh shoot, there's nothing, dude. Like how it's gonna be. Like I prefer like actually still like there's still more. Like you're just going to the next chapter of your life, even though you're just gonna be a one life and you're just gonna be, but still, like I don't like. I'd rather not do like a whole reincarnation thing like some people believe. I'd rather just actually like continue on with the same memories I have. Like just look back like all the things I've done in my life. Because one day I feel like I'm afraid of like when it comes to like my final moments that I might regret some things, and I hate that. I don't want to regret anything before I die. I don't be like, oh, I regret that I did this, or I regret I didn't do that. Because oof, I would really hate that. So I really would like to live the moment, but it's
Yeah.
tough for me because how I am, like how I'm like shy, socially awkward, and stuff like that. Like for you, you're living your moment. You're probably living like a good time. Like you're enjoying, like having fun. As for me, you know?
Yeah. Of course. I understand. I mean, I'm not living the life that I want to have. If I'm being
Oh
completely
yeah,
honest,
like not be like a rich guy and being like famous. Like no.
but I'm enjoying my time that I have for sure. Like I know I've told you before, but I'm the legal guardian for my little brother, so I take care of my little brother, and I feel like having him with me and being able to take care of him that causes me a lot of joy. One of my biggest fears would be if he like grows up and like he hates me. I'm like, damn,
Oh.
because I genuinely love my little brother a lot. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not in a gay way though. Like fear, never let fear control you. The best thing.
Yeah, it's tough for me because I don't know if it's fear or anxiety, but like things like those control me, like what the choices I make. Because there'll be times where Like it's gonna be like a dumb example, but like for example, like that I have on top of my head would be like if I go out and eat like in a restaurant and have like a menu. Now of course it's like a new restaurant, you don't know where you are or like what they have. You have the menu, you see some new things like you just never heard of and you're just so confused what you want to try. So it
Yeah.
depends, like you either do one, you either choose what you think sounds good, like oh meatballs with this and that, oh that sounds good, I'll try this. Or you either have someone pick for you. And for me, I always have people always choosing like my options. Like I practically never really have a choice of what I want or what to do. So like entirely like my life, I have people like choose for me or like my own decisions, which is really bad for future intake.
Yeah.
It's really bad because there'll be times where like if I gotta be independent, it's gonna be really tough for me because I'm gonna be like looking for help like what to choose because I would be at like a dentist and be like, oh, would you like to do like this sort of treatment for your teeth? I'll be like,
Someone tell me.
yeah. Like I wouldn't know like what to say, like would I say
Yeah.
yes or no and so on, because all my life they always choose for me, so I don't know what would be the right choice. And
Yeah.
that's like really difficult for me. Like that will control my life rather than me having my
Damn.
own decisions.
Then why don't you? I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know you were like that.
Most of the time,
Wouldn't
it's
you?
always like that. I get
Wouldn't
anxious
you
every time
rather
I get a
choose?
choice. Like every time I have a choice, I always get anxious. Like what would be the right choice, or if I like the choice or not.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Why would you live your life like that, man? Don't you want to have control of it?
I do, but I just don't know how to. You know, because all my life it's like that when I was a kid. Like my mother would like make the decisions for me, like what she think would be best. So I just wouldn't like actually be there to have my own word of saying like, oh, I want this, I want that. No, it's like always like what my mother said. Maybe like she knows like what's best, which I can probably like, understand it, but like at least give me like time to actually choose or like what I would like to do.
So you feel like you're missing that social skill because your mom always held your hand?
Yeah, pretty much. Like she was
I
always been there
mean,
for me though.
yeah, I mean, like, but you know what's wrong. Why don't you just fix that?
That's the thing about what will be right or wrong. Like what I really hate is like knowing what's right or wrong. Now there would be like obvious choices like what's right or wrong. Like oh you kill someone, that's what's wrong. But no, I'm talking about like if it's like a gray area, like who thinks that is right or wrong, you know?
No. What do you mean? Elaborate.
Okay. It can be like an option where I'll be like in a really sticky situation. Like say for example, dang, I don't know about this one. This was pretty tough. Like I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to say it like into an example. Like say like there's an option, a choice to do whether it's right or wrong. I wouldn't know what to be like what I would think would be the right option to choose. Like would this be the right option or would this be the wrong option? And I'm afraid that if I choose the wrong one, then people would just like be like, "Oh, why you do that? That's awful." But if I get it right, I get praise. But that's what I'm afraid of. I don't know if it will be the right like answer. That's why I always hesitate. Like, is this right? I need someone to help me out. Like, is this the
Okay.
choice? Is this the right way of doing it?
Uh, it sounds to me more that you're not afraid of knowing what's right or wrong. I feel like you're just afraid of people telling you that you fucked up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Uh, Again,
Like, I
my
wouldn't know
advice
like what
would
would be the right
be,
idea to do.
huh?
Like, I wouldn't know like what would be the right choice.
I mean, I'll say this much: there's never a right choice for anything. And whenever it's a gray topic, there is no right choice. There's no correct answer. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you just do what you think is best, what you believe is best, not what other people believe is best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your YouTube videos, right? You come up to us and be like, "Oh, what do you guys think?" You know?
Oh, def all the time. I always come up to you guys and be like, every single time, like, yo, you guys think this is funny and stuff. Like, I need people to know like whether if it's a good video or not. So I always go up to you guys to hope because the thing is like I always like rewatch it over and over and it doesn't like get funny to me anymore. Like I'm just like sick and tired of it, of the jokes, and like maybe someone else might, give me some like answers like if it's a good idea or not.
Yeah.
So that's why I always like ask people because I'm like always self-doubting and be like, this isn't funny, this isn't good.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, Alex, you're gonna have to take control of your own life. in the
this,
most honest way.
this whole podcast just turned to like therapy right now. You're like my doctor. Like, okay, well, how does that make you feel? You
I
know?
mean, I mean, it's a conversation you need to
Yeah, it's part of
have
the conversation.
either
Yeah, yeah.
with yourself or with somebody, and if it helps to have that conversation with somebody, then that's fine. Never be afraid to ask for help. Is my
Yeah, that's
advice to
true.
you. Yeah, so I would just say, Alex, if you ever have okay, when Corona obviously is over, I would suggest you go on a vacation by yourself somewhere and just like try to figure out and learn who you are and who you want to be as a person. Because I'm pretty sure you yourself have been annoyed or aggravated with yourself from like being like, oh, why didn't I say this earlier? Or why didn't I do this instead? Right? Like you've had those moments, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. So my best advice to you would be go off by yourself, plan something that you want to do. You know, don't be like, oh, where should I go? Where should I travel to? To other people. Take control of what you want to do with your life. Go somewhere that you've been wanting to visit and just like soul search for who you really are before it's like too late. Like you don't want to be a 30-year-old and be like, I still don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm still, worried about people's opinion.
Yeah,
There's a point in your life where you have to come to terms with who you are and what you want before it's too late.
yeah. I still
And
don't
that's
know what I am.
that would be my advice to you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Shut up. I'm actually trying to be
it.
serious and tell you.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. I think that'd be like enough about me though, because holy crap, I'm like ranting on for like 20 minutes. What about you, dog? Anything about you? Like that you fear that's like that's controlling you, or well, not really controlling you, but something. Because you already talked about death. Was there like anything else like you're already on within life, not like after death?
like right now.
Like something like it's holding you back, or
Yes, I mean I do. Okay, everybody is something that's holding everybody back, right? There's never nothing. I feel like for me, a big shocker, Alex, right? I want to make comic books and I want to tell stories, right?
mm-hmm.
But every time I start to draw, every time I started to lay things out, I just look at myself and be like, I can't even do this. I'm like shit at drawing. I'm shit at writing. I'm like, I'm always like, I'm not like I doubt myself a lot. Like, I feel like my art isn't as good as it should be for my age and for the career field that I want to go into. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like I can draw, right? But can I really draw? Can I make buildings? Can I make backgrounds? Can I make the character look consistent every time? Can I make every character look unique from one another? And these are a lot of things that go through my head, and I'm like, I probably can't. And I doubt myself that I go like, am I even really good at art? Have I been wasting my life like with this dream that I had when I was a little kid? Because I've been wanting to become a comic book artist since I was in the third grade, right? This is what I've been wanting to do for my life
yeah,
since the third grade. And I'm 23 and I'm at this point in my life where I haven't done anything to move me forward with my dream and my passion. And then I'm also afraid of like, did I just waste the last fucking 20 years of my life thinking I wanted to be something when I'm not even good? When I'm like doubting myself at this point? I feel like that's the only fear that I have right now that holds me back in life. Like I have other fears, but I feel like that's the one that holds me back.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I feel like that's a fear I have. You know, like I I was so like I have this in my head, right? I've had it for a while that I finally put it into like a story of mine that I feel like it's a really good story and it feels real because it's like basically me. And that's what you're supposed to do when you write, right? You write about your experiences, like emotions that you had to make it feel more realistic. And I've just been stuck with this theory for a while that I finally put it into a story of mine. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what I have for me, I guess.
Yeah, I can totally see that. But like, what's really awesome is that you actually have a passion when you were young. Like you kind of know what you want to do in life. Like you said, like the artist when you say you started young, which honestly that's awesome. Like when it comes to like people already have a dream when they're that young, because throughout life they can easily have and keep that sort of passion and have like motivation of what they want to be. And for me,
Yeah.
I don't really have like that passion to be like, oh, I want to be an astronaut when I grow up, and then, oh, I'm already like 40 years old and I already have crazy ass ideas of being an astronaut. Like I don't have that. I don't have that sort of passion or motivation to be like who I want to be. Which, shoot, bro, I still don't know, cause like this whole YouTube and stuff, it's fun and all, but is that really what I want to do?
Yeah, I feel that. Way to make it about yourself again, Alex. God.
All right, fine. I'll just mute myself. All right, just talk to yourself.
No, talk about me, bro.
All right,
Talk
yo.
about me. There is no me. But I feel like I still have time to improve, and
Yeah, you have a lot of time to improve, and especially like how you are right now. It's really good. I like your art style a lot, and you can easily just draw things super quickly, and you already know what to draw. You're like, oh, I'm gonna draw this position, this kind of background, and this and that, and you already got it. You don't like I don't really see you struggling when you call like when it comes to like drawing or any like sort of ideas like building or like, oh, here's a story idea. Like you already know that you're like committed or like agree with it. Like there's no like hesitation towards it, which is awesome.
what can I say? I'm pretty great.
Your drawing sucks, by the way. No.
Okay.
I'm playing.
Should I know? Yeah, I mean, like at some point, I'm gonna have to be like actually like sit down and be like, okay, it's now or never, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I already set myself a goal. If I don't have anything submitted or published by the time I'm 23, then I've just been wasting time.
I mean,
And I'm gonna be 23 this month.
didn't you say you already like trying the competition, like the whole anime thing?
I tried to, but I only got like 4 pages in, and then I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, I just doubted myself that it wasn't good, so I just stopped doing it.
Dang, bro. I bet you could have been the number one.
Nah, there was hella good people.
I mean, the ones you show me, they were like, oof, they're kind of yikes, you know? Or like, they're like not even original. Like, they're just like fan arts of like having like the One Piece dude kissing another dude or whatever, you know?
What?
I don't know. What? Huh?
You want to kiss?
Anyways, let's keep this professional, all right? We're in a strict business, all right?
We don't want Nana to get jealous.
Watch like DB2 just pops out on nowhere.
You guys kissing without? Oh, Brandon.
All right, now we're getting off topic.
Like as a little kid, was there anything that you feared?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I know definitely death, but it wasn't like a long-term kind of thing of a fear. That's such a good question. I don't know what was I afraid of when I was a kid. Like something big, like nothing like I was scared of snakes. Like everybody's doing that. But I'm talking about like other fears.
You were scared of kissing girl?
Yeah, I was totally just scared of just talking to girls. You kidding me?
Yeah, I can tell.
What about you though? Do you have any like fears when you were a kid?
Just dying. I guess. Like, I think I already told you, right? Like where I grew up and shit. I was always constantly scared of being killed because I didn't live in a good neighborhood. You know, there was always like drive-bys and shit. So I was always afraid of being like killed because of like gang-related shit.
Yeah.
So I became so stressed out about that because we were always around that kind of environment when I was young. I was always around that type of environment when I was younger, and I never like talked about it with anybody, like not even my parents. So I developed. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Bill's palsy.
No, I don't think I heard of that.
Bill's palsy is when your nerves get so fucked up that half of your face becomes numb or paralyzed. And I had that at the age of 12 because I was like that afraid and stressed out about being killed and dying. So I never really had any like childish fears.
Like the boogeyman or stuff like that.
Yeah, I was never afraid of the kukui or the boogeyman or the
And chupacabra.
shit like that. Or chupacabra. I was never really scared of anything like that. Like I've had some scary experiences, but I've never been like, oh, a monster or ooh, someone's gonna lick my butthole while I sleep.
Okay, that's a weird fear right there. I'll be terrified if that happens. I think mine would be
See,
like being alone. Not like being alone.
alone.
Not like alone. Like, oh, I'm just alone. Like I remember like when I was a kid, like I hated being on my own, like in areas that there's like no one around. And like I feel like there's like something like watching me when I was a kid. Like I'll be walking and like away, like trying to go to the front door, like it'd be like a pretty long house, and like turn off the lights, and I get like a weird ass goosebumps behind my back, like there's something like behind me, and I would just like run to the door, like if there's something chasing after me. I don't know why. It was like a fear of like there might be something out there, even though there's just nothing. And I was just like
Yeah.
terrified. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm just still afraid of ghosts and stuff, because I'm petrified of that shit.
Still,
I hate ghosts. I don't like it. It scares me.
wasn't the first conversation we ever had together? Wasn't it about ghosts?
I think so, because I really hate it. Like if something moves, holy shit, my heart drops of fucking holy crap, Because I was like yesterday, I was like doing like I was just like cleaning the house. I was like doing the doors, like cleaning the white doors, like with water or whatever to make it like nice and shiny. And my parents, they have like the bedroom and then the master bathroom. And if you keep going inside the master bathroom, is a closet, a walk-in closet. So like I would like, so it's like pretty deep inside. So I went inside, cleaned the doors, and I finally got to the closet, and I had to do the back side of the closet. And as I closed the door to like wipe the other side to clean it, the light suddenly just like goes off and it turns right back on. Holy crap, dude! I I bolted out of there, dude. Like I'm 20 and stuff, and I'm still terrified of that. I'm like, nope. Like I walked right out. I am like, like I sprayed on the door like with the waters before I started wiping it. But the thing is, I bolted. I didn't even bother cleaning the door. It was just still all wet, but I didn't want to go back in there. So it's like probably just still like it's still wet. Probably the door's still wet, so I have to clean that later. But I didn't want to go in that closet because it's so terrifying. Like I hate ghosts.
That's too fucking funny. Yeah, I mean, ghosts, like the unexplained, is pretty terrifying for sure.
Mm-hmm. You can say that again. I just don't like it at all. Or like the Ouija board. I really don't want to mess with that at all. Or anything that involves with like demons and stuff. Like I really don't want to mess with it. Because I'm afraid like it might like affect me. And I really don't want that. Because like my mother like told me about like, oh, if you play a Ouija board, you open the gates or like a portal for demons.
Hell.
Yeah, and then like that like scares me. Like that's probably is true because I heard like stories about it. Like, oof. So every time there's like a Ouija board, I don't want to be near that thing because I'm afraid of that. And I mean, and the thing is, I watch videos of like people doing like ghost hunts or like, exploring the abandoned mansion with an Ouija board. Like I will watch it, and I am fucking scared. Like I'm still scared just watching it, even if it may be fake or whatever. It's just the idea of it, and I'm just so scared watching the videos. Like I'll just be playing Minecraft, and I just turn the volume low, hearing them, but I just won't pay attention because I'm so scared of it.
That's fucking funny.
That's just my massive fear. I really hate ghosts.
Yeah, this one time, I'm not scared of ghosts, but I'm superstitious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this one time, like we thought like there was a ghost or some shit like haunting like where we used to live, and one of our friends was like, "Ooh, I want to bring my Ouija board to see if we could talk to it." And I'm like, "Fuck that, no way, dude." But ghosts are pretty cool though.
It kind of is. Maybe like the chill ones would be like, like if you just be like, yo, can you like turn off the lights for me, dude? And they're like, yeah, I got you.
I got you, friend.
Yeah, exactly. Like those would be pretty chill. But like the ones that are like aggressive or like they show up like standing at your door. Ooh, no, bro, I don't want to. I hate that.
Get out of my house.
I really don't like it. It just scares me so much.
I don't know, man. You're just a pussy.
How long have we been recording for? Like 30 minutes, I think.
Check.
My recording says 55 minutes, but I started recording like before we even started the podcast, like an extra 20 minutes around that time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, just in case we get anything like special. So I guess
Okay.
it's already been like maybe around 30 minutes we've been recording.
Maybe.
Wait, is there like anything else you want to talk about? Do you have
No,
a
I don't think
crush?
so. You, Alex?
Even though you already have a fiance.
Oh, don't tell her. She'll kill you. I feel like we can edit there.
Yeah, I mean, the podcast was actually really well. Just only us two. That was actually a really good podcast.
Yeah, especially the whole death part.
I do. We got really deep. I'm still shaking up from that. It was still really good.
Did that thought never went to your head?
Not like that. Like the whole like darkness where there's like literally nothing. I never thought of that because my mother's like religious and like there's heaven and all, which that's what like we believe in. I believe in that, like heaven. So that's why like it
Yeah.
never comes to my head like there's nothing. I'm always like, oh yeah, there's definitely heaven. I'm definitely gonna go there and so on. So I never thought about the whole abyss thing. I'm like, whoa, I never thought of like that.
Yeah, like I don't believe in religion, but I honestly believe that there is nothing after death because the universe is so big. Compared to the whole universe, we are fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Do you really think there is an afterlife because we're special? Because what? We're sentient, right? Okay, what about dogs, dolphins, monkeys? What about them? Do they get a heaven?
Dude, I hope so.
Because
You know how awesome that
because
is?
they're just as smart as humans. Like, what about flies? What about insects? Do they get an afterlife? Because we're all born of the same shit. We breathe the same shit.
That's
We were born in the same
yeah.
place.
I don't know about that.
It's just because humans need to feel special, and we're not special. There is no afterlife, and nothing else has an afterlife.
Yeah, do dogs even go to heaven?
I don't know. There's a movie about it.
All dogs go to heaven, bro. I watched that movie. That's pretty cool though. I still cry.
I never seen it. I'm not a little boy.
Hey, I was a
I'm
kid when I
man.
watched that, right, asshole?
A corpse. Take off your clothes. Yeah.
Here's your clothes.
But I did read somewhere that you need more faith to believe that there's nothing after life, that you need faith that heaven exists.
Like it's all in your head.
No. You need more faith to believe that there's nothing after death than you need faith to believe that there is something after death. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I heard that and I heard that and I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. I don't know what the fuck you're drinking. Take off your clothes.
You're repeating the same shit. My goodness.
I don't think there's anything after death. Worst case scenario, there's nothing, or there is something, and I just never believe in heaven, so I'm in hell, and I'm happy. I'm good with going to hell and still having consciousness and shit. Being
You
tortured
really?
for the rest of. Yeah,
You're crazy, dude.
I'm okay with going to hell and
Alright.
still having consciousness.
Why don't you just go
Like, alright,
purgatory
fuck it. I
instead?
don't give a fuck.
Isn't purgatory like something like for like the souls that are like
For lost souls that never felt accomplished anything in their life?
I have no idea.
I think that's what the purgatory is.
I thought something like you did like both good and bad that you don't know what you are. Or like you're being like judged.
No.
I don't know what purgatory is actually.
Purgatory is for lost souls.
Oh.
You're in limbo.
Oh, I don't know about that part. Because I heard something about like if people take their own life, they go to purgatory. Like they're like a lost soul. Like they're wandering around Earth.
No, I just heard that they go to hell because they killed themselves.
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, we don't really know that for sure because it's not scientific proven. Then
Nothing scientific.
then I go back. All right, I need you to kill yourself and then come back, and then tell us how it was. You know,
Yo, reminds me of that meme.
revives them.
Teen dies, come back and said that God was wearing Timbs. That shit was funny. God does not exist. Oh wait, what if when we die, the first thing God says,
Take off your clothes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my take on religion. Like, I'm not gonna force people to be like to convince them that there is no religion, but I will argue with people just because I want to argue.
You just want to fight.
You believe in God? All right, let's debate it. you're stupid. My favorite thing to say, okay, I don't know if you're still recording or if you're gonna put this in. My favorite thing to say to a religious person is, and then they're like, "What?" That's my favorite fucking thing to say to people.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the podcast. This is probably gonna be the last episode for forever. We're never gonna do this again.
I mean, do you understand what I mean? Like with that argument?
I get it, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the Bible has a lot of plot holes, man.
Yeah, I never read the Bible. Like, I heard it's a good science fiction.
It outsold Star Wars, bro.
But no, it's crazy to think that, like, if there's life, then there's death. You know, there's a beginning,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
an
I mean,
end.
of course, everything has death. There's a beginning and there's an end to everything,
Is it though?
right? But,
Is it really like everything?
Yeah,
Because I know, like, of course, like in Earth, everything does come and go.
everything
but, like,
must have a beginning and everything needs to be created, right? In science and in religion, everything has a creation, right? So, like, the Big Bang is what created the universe, right? With everything got together and exploded. But then if you want to go into religion, you're like, oh, God created everything. Okay, then who created God? Right? Yeah. Thanks for watching the video.
take off your clothes. We ran out of ideas.
There, that's the ending. No, this is the ending. Us explaining that's the ending.
I don't know if it's over now or not.
No, it's over.
Is it? I mean, I'm still recording.
Oh, edit it. This is the ending. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Anyways, thank you guys very much for
Now
watching.
you have to end it.
Okay, thank you guys very much so much for watching. I don't know if this is actually just ever gonna show up in the podcast or video. We've been watching these Zoom podcasts anyways.
We don't have.
All right, well, see ya. You're not gonna say bye too, Stumble?
Take off your clothes.